Bismack from Lubumbashi of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
First on prime time, the Bobcats get Bismack. Wait, who? They say everybody's got a story, and probably the most fascinating story in this year's NBA draft is about to come to Charlotte. Good evening, I'm Sharon Smith in for Maureen. The general consensus out of the blogosphere is that the Charlotte Bobcats will be bad next year. Like the Panthers were bad this year, the front office gutted the playoff team, and we're rebuilding. Got a couple of quality young players last night in the draft. The best player from the best college team in the country, point guard Kemba Walker, with number 9 pick, and with the number 7 pick, forward Bismack Biyombo. Biyombo comes from a different world, about as far away from Charlotte as you can get. The dark continent, the heart of Africa. He's from the Congo, and that's just where his story starts to get interesting. Bismack turned pro when he hit his teens. He's a big man with an incredible wingspan and a spectacular vernacular. Knows half a dozen languages. Primetime's Jeff Atkinson joining me now live. And Jeff, if you don't even like basketball, you got to admit this is a remarkable personal story.
It is, Sharon, which is why we wanted to meet Bismack Biyombo today. He's a breath of fresh air in a sport that could use some good PR. Give you an example. When kids at a community center asked him what his hobby is, Bismack's answer: reading books. He's our cover story tonight.
It's a rollout the Bobcats have never tried before. From a double-decker bus in Center City today, the team let loose their 2 newest hires, to fans first before meeting the press. The shorter one is Kemba Walker, MVP of the Final Four, and the big man, Bismack Biyombo.
I don't know too much. I just watch his highlights like everybody else, but he's pretty good, so I'm excited to have him too.
He seems to have come out of nowhere, caught Scout's eye at the Hoop Summit in Portland, where Bobcats' new GM Rich Cho used to work.
He's got an infectious personality, and I think the fans are going to love him. One thing you're going to see for sure is he plays hard every single possession.
Hard is how life is where Biyombo hails from, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which runs along the equator in Africa, formerly Zaire. Its citizens are among the poorest in the world. Life expectancy is age 44. Despite that, he's fluent in 6 languages and can rattle off "I love Charlotte" in all 6.
Quiero Charlotte, j'aime Charlotte, nalingi Charlotte, napenda Charlotte.
But most impressive is the big hand and the man's wingspan, which he showed us, 7 feet 7 inches, side to side. Bismack and Kemba Walker hit it off with kids at the Freedom School at Siegel Point Community Center after today's press conference. When one asked Bismack what his hobby is, he won points with parents. He's played in Spain, a pro career, left home at 16 to play in several Middle Eastern countries. Now in America, he's impressed the greatest player of all time.
When Michael saw him work out on Wednesday, he became, really enamored by the upside potential, the long arms, the athleticism, being a great shot blocker.
Now he's living the American dream in Charlotte and making friends where he goes.
My goal is, I try to be the best person that I can be.
He's the farthest thing from a typical high school or college basketball player coming out of the draft we've ever seen, but probably the most dominant defensive player in this year's draft. The Bobcats say he's going to make an immediate impact. On offense, not quite as strong, a work in progress. At today's news conference, Sharon, one sports writer asked him if he would move from forward to center, and he said in his big, deep voice, "I'm ready to learn." And it got the whole crowd laughing.
He just makes you smile. I wish we could say, "I love Bismack" in 6 languages.
There you go.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be
Thank
nice.
you, Jeff. Good story. Well, the father